Hey everybody, Dave Weiss here with another fun-filled episode of the Glue Bomb Show. Today I don't really have a build for you, I don't really have an unboxing for you. I have a question for you instead. Because here I am, I've been building for like 58 years. Now on and off, of course, and there were times where I'd get away from it for a little while, but I've been building pretty consistently for a very long time. And out of all those years, I always had a pretty consistent plan of the way I did things. And lately, I've been questioning that. You've heard the old saying, what comes first, the chicken or the egg, right? Well, I've been listening to all these podcasts, great podcasts like Plastic Posse Podcast and Plastic Model Mojo and On the Bench from Australia. I've been listening to some of these podcasts. They're really great. I get a lot of information, a lot of really great stuff. But the one thing that I was hearing over and over again was these guys build first and then they paint. And I have to tell you, as somebody who's been a car builder most of my life, that's never been the way that I've done it. I would go through and I would take out all the sprues and all the pieces that I could would be painted in advance. Because I figured it's easier to assemble if it's already painted and it's easier to paint without having to paint around things. But I hear all these guys that they always talk about how you paint first, you build first and then you paint. And so I've been working on a few of these figure kits, as you know, and I decided to give it a shot with a few of those, and I have to tell you, it works a whole lot better. And especially like with this plane that I'm working on right now. Planes are different, right? Because not only, when you build a car, you can pretty much slap the body on top, and you don't have to worry about seams and things like that. You just have to lay that body on top, glue it into place, and everything looks fine. On planes, you've got all these open seams that you have to fill and sand and all that other stuff. It's pointless to try and paint ahead of time, at least in parts. And what I'm finding is the parts are sticking together a lot better than they ever had. I've done this with a couple of the Silly Surfers now that I've worked on. Also, I did it with the Henry J for the most part, and that thing came together really well as well. I think they seem to be a sturdier build. The parts aren't quite as iffy, because this is the thing that I didn't really get, right? I know that when you put chrome on a piece, you have to remove the chrome so that the plastic will stick together. But when I started to put pieces together that already had paint on them, I know that the glue kind of eats away at the paint. And so I figured, well, that's just adding to the process. And I started hearing all this about you have to scrape the paint too. And I thought, oh, I really haven't been doing that. It's a wonder that my models have stuck together as well as they have. So I've really started to do this now where I build and then I paint. Like, for example, on the plane that I'm working right now, I put the whole cockpit together before I started painting. And I have to admit, I got a lot better fit on everything and everything else. It was really nice. The issue comes in when I then try to go in and paint around all those little details. So I still struggle a little bit. There are times where I just like to paint everything on the sprues and go from there. But I think this is actually going to give me more successful builds in the long run. That's what I'm starting to find. And I know for some of you guys that are really advanced, this is really old news and you've already got it figured out. And to be honest with you, I would love to hear what it is that you are doing. I would love to hear from you guys what you do. Do you paint first or do you glue first? Or is there somewhere in the middle? I think I'm going to end up kind of being a little bit of a hybrid. Because, of course, there are things that you have to paint before you put them together or you're never going to get to it. So, this is my question for today. Do you paint first or do you glue first? Let me know what you think. I hope that these messages continue to help you. And if they do, I would love for you to share these. And also, please subscribe and take that little notification bell so you hear every time I put new stuff up. All right? That's all I have for now. I will be bringing another build video together soon, I hope. Planes take a little bit longer for me, so it might be a little bit of a delay in here. But I have plenty of content to go over. So let's keep going. Remember, model building is supposed to be fun. And what I'm finding is models that stay together are actually a lot more fun. So, what other tips and tricks have you learned as well? Let us know in the comments. All right, guys, take care. Have a great day and have fun. God bless.